The IEC has officially announced that South African citizens that are living abroad will have the opportunity to register to vote in the upcoming general elections. Now, Mr. Mosotho Moepya, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of South Africa, joins us for further discussion on this. Mr. Moepya, thank you so much for your time and welcome. So we understand that over 2 million South Africans living abroad will be able to vote or participate in the upcoming national polls. Talk to us about how the IEC will actually conduct this process.
Well, thank you very much for having us this afternoon. As we speak, voter registration has been taking place in missions since yesterday. Some missions will obviously close because they are weekend. It's a Friday and a Saturday. And in those missions where a weekend, it's a Friday and a Saturday, today is the last day for registration. Tomorrow it's a normal working day for them. For all other missions where the weekend is Saturday and Sunday, the process started today and will finish off tomorrow. We have people in 117 of the 120 missions working there for the registration of voters.
All right. And where can people find missions in South Africa? Well, not particularly in South Africa, Mr. Moepya, but in Africa. Where can our experts go to actually go and register to be part of the process? Well,
on our website, all of our missions are indicated, but also on the, you can link onto DERCO as well, the Department of International Relations. They do indicate where the missions are. If you are not successful, just call our call center. You will be directed to a mission that will help you with your registration.
All right. Now, you emphasized in your op-ed the ease in which experts are now able to participate in the elections here at home while living abroad. I mean, we've just had our U.S. correspondent there who says it took literally no time for him to be officially registered as a voter. Now, what is different from the former complex logistical efforts as previously encountered with our citizens abroad, sir?
Well, two things really that have changed significantly. One is the fact that citizens don't necessarily need to be out at the mission. I would like to meet them, see them, greet them. These are not people we meet on a daily basis, so it will be nice to meet with them. But there is a good reason why it's not necessary. They can register by simply going online and providing their details online. It's a very simple process, and it's intuitive. It will guide them in doing so. But if they have some struggles one way or the other, they simply go to the mission. They get one form that they fill in. They give their passport and their ID number. Their ID, and they get registered. I want to correct something that I heard because it's important. To register abroad, you have to have a valid passport. Now, if your passport is not valid, at the mission, there are processes that can be followed. But you do need a valid passport and an ID document. If you don't have an ID document, it can be applied for, and you will still be able to register even in that situation. So this is important, but the process itself, it's pretty easy. One form or online. On this occasion, even the missions have been given an online system that they can help a voter that comes there to register online. If they can't, it's a simple form they do, and then they get given proof that they have in fact applied for registration, and that is sufficient as proof that they will be registered.
Now, why is it vital to include those South Africans abroad? So, talk to us about the importance of democratic rights as well as the broader significance of citizens exercising their democratic right regardless of their geographical location and contributing to a more vibrant as well as representative democracy. And where also are the biggest group of South Africans located abroad?
Well, the biggest group of South Africans, as things stand, remain in the UK in terms of the information that we have. But there are many more the next large number is arguably in the UAE as opposed to Australia. You will recall that not everyone who travels abroad to go and live, work, or study there necessarily say I'm away for a period of time, and this is the case. So we work with those limitations. But as things stand, we have the UK, the UAE, Australia, the US, and then we have other places, Canada, Lesotho, interestingly, New Zealand. And those are places, but we have South Africans all over the world. I think you asked the question, why is it important that we look at South Africans? We have 120 missions as South Africa. If you follow, political development, South Africa is one of about 5 countries, if I'm not mistaken, in the world that has this high number of missions. Many countries don't even make it to 100. They have a limited number. But we recognize that we are well represented in the world, and South Africans, do scatter and go into those places where we have, political representation and/or, in fact, a mission, whether it's a consulate general, a trade mission, an embassy, a high commission, those places are South African territory. And by law, we have to ensure that South Africans who live in those countries can come to that territory, which is South African owned, and as if they are in this country, and register as though they are in this country.